The shocking longest 43 days hijacking in history. The shocking longest hijacking in history. History. 43 days in captivity. Imagine boarding a plane and never arriving. Not for hours, not for days, but for 43 nights. A hijacking so long, so drawn out, that passengers wondered if time itself had been stolen from them. This is not fiction. This is the story of the world's longest hijacking in history. Introduction. Setting the stage. September 1777. An ordinary domestic flight in India lifts into the air. It was supposed to be routine. One city to another. Families, businessmen, students, just another journey. But then, everything changed. The aircraft never reached its destination. It was forced to land, under the control of men with guns. That moment marked the beginning of a nightmare, a 43-day hijacking, the longest the world had ever seen. The what-if scenario. Imagine yourself inside. What if you were inside? Imagine the stale air of the cabin, thick with fear, the sound of crying children, the silence of adults who dare not speak, every hour stretched into eternity. You don't know when or if it will end. The hijackers control not just the plane, but time itself. The hijacking began on an Indian Airlines Boeing 737. On board, passengers and crew, unaware they were stepping into history. The hijackers had demands. They wanted political prisoners released. They wanted recognition. They wanted the world's attention. But their weapon was not just guns, it was time. Day after day, week after week, negotiations stalled. Governments hesitated. Security forces weighed their options. And so, the passengers waited. Inside that pressurized metal shell, the cabin became a prison. Meals were rationed, movement restricted, sleep was broken by threats. The very rhythm of life was dismantled. 43 days. That's more than a month without freedom, psychological and free to offer. Psychologists later studied cases like this, beyond one side. When each second feels heavy, when days blur into one endless night, some passengers experienced anxiety so deep it altered their memory. Others clung to hope, small rituals, whispered prayers, fragments of normality in a sea of chaos. The hijackers themselves grew restless. Their patience wore thin. Their demands shifted. Yet the plane remained grounded, like a caged bird whose wings had been clipped. Historical and scientific context. To understand the scale of this, we must compare it. Most hijackings last hours, some a day. The 1976 Entebbe hijacking in Uganda lasted just over a week before a daring rescue ended it. But 43 days? This was something else entirely. A hijacking that transformed from a crime into a prolonged psychological siege. In aviation history, no other hijacking had ever stretched the human mind and body in such a way. Narrator, Day 1. Fear and confusion. Passengers still believe rescue might come quickly. Day 3. Reality sets in. They are trapped. Negotiations drag. Supplies are scarce. Day 10. Governments weigh every move. One wrong decision could mean bloodshed. Passengers grow weaker. Some fall ill. Day 20. The hijackers begin to argue among themselves. Their unity cracks under the pressure of time. Day 30. Families outside plead for help. The media fans the flames of public outrage. Day 40. Exhaustion grips everyone. Hostages and hijackers alike are prisoners of their own endurance. And then, finally, Day 43. The ordeal ends. The hijackers are arrested, the passengers released, but their lives forever altered. The longest hijacking in history was not just a test of politics or security. It was a test of human resilience. It showed us how time weaponized can break spirits as easily as violence. How fear, stretched over weeks, can wound deeper than any single act of terror. And it reminded governments worldwide of a haunting truth. When negotiations stall, it's not just politics that suffer, it's human lives. The hijacking of 1977 may have ended, but the questions it raised still echo. Could it happen again? In an age of heightened security, is the world truly safe from another drawn-out siege in the skies? And what if the next hijacking didn't last 43 days, but longer? History is not just what happened, it's what could happen again. This was the story of the longest hijacking in history. But next time, what if the skies never gave the passengers back?